Hello Year 3, this is lesson number 2 of your maths lessons for week 1. So today we are revising subtraction. And I'm going to show you an example of how different ways that you can figure out a subtraction question through showing you how to answer this. 657 take away 22. So the first thing you could do is you could try to figure out the number sentence mentally. That means in your head. So you could look at these numbers and you could look at the ones first and think, well, I know 7 take away 2 is 5. So the ones will become 5. And I know if I look at the tens, 5 take away 2 is 3. So I know the tens are going to become 3. And if I look at the hundreds, 6 take away 0 is going to stay 6. So the answer is 635. Or you could count back. So you could start at 657 and think, okay, first I'm going to count back 2. So that takes me to 655. And now I need to count back 20, and I'm going to do that in tens. 655, 645, 635. So those are two different ways that you can figure out this number sentence in your head. If you find that a bit tricky, you could figure out the number sentence pictorially, which means you would draw the number out. To do subtraction pictorially, draw out the larger number, so that would be 657. And then I'm just looking at my ones. Do I have 7 ones there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I do. Draw out the first number pictorially, and then you need to cross out the amount you are subtracting. So I need to take away, you could cross these out, but it's quicker for me to delete them. So I'm going to take away 2 ones and 2 tens. Then I count what I've got left. So I've still got my 600 squares. I've got 3 10 sticks, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones counters. So my answer there is 635. Another way to figure out subtraction is through column subtraction. Now, in a simple question like this, where there's not an exchange, you simply look at your ones first and subtract the ones. So 7 take away 2 is 5. Then your tens, so 5 take away 2 is 3. Then your hundreds, so 6 take away 0 is 6. Oops. There we go. And there I've shown you 3 different ways of figuring out a subtraction question. Now it's a little bit more complicated when there is an exchange. So I'm going to show you how you do subtraction when there's an exchange. Using this example, 345 take away 38. So first of all, you could have a go doing this mentally. You could try to subtract the ones first and then the tens. So 5 take away 8. I've got stuck. Why have I got stuck? Because 8 is larger than 5, so I can't, in my head, do 5 take away 8. I could try counting back. So 345 take away 38. I'll count back 30 first. So 345, 335, 325, 315. So I've used my tens to count back. I'm at 315. Now I need to take away 8. So I'm going to split that 8 up. I'm at 315. I'll take away the 5. So that takes me to 310. So I still need to take away 3 because I've split my 8 into 5 and 3. So 310 take away 3, 307 is the answer I've got to there. That's tricky. So don't worry if you found that difficult. What you could do is use your pictorial method. So to figure this out pictorially, you would need to do exactly as we did last time to begin with and draw out the larger number. So I draw out 345. But I can't simply cross out what I'm taking away because I need there to be 8 ones. I need to cross out 8 ones. How can I get 8 ones? I need to convert one of my 10 sticks into 10 ones. So let's have a look. Here, I've done that here. So I have, see in my first example, I have 4 10 sticks because my number is 345, but I take away one of these 10 sticks and I turn it into 10 ones instead. I've converted it or exchanged it. Now I have enough ones to cross out 38, to cross out 8 ones and 3 10s. Here we go. I've crossed out 38, 3 10s and 8 ones, and now I can count what I have left. So I've got 3 hundreds left, I've got no 10s left, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones left. Is that the same answer I got when I did it mentally? Yes, it is. Okay, so the other method that you could do is column subtraction. So you need to be careful when you draw your numbers out in a column that you've put your ones in one column, your 10s in another column, and your hundreds in another column. Make sure that your numbers are in the correct column. Now, I always start with my ones, but what's the problem? 5 take away 8. I can't do it because 5 is smaller than 8. So I need to make my ones, my 5, bigger. And I do that exactly the same way I did in my pictorial method. It just looks a bit different in column subtraction. I need to borrow one of my 10s from my 40 and move it over into my ones column. So I'm going to cross out my 4 in my 10s column. That becomes a 3. Just 1 less than 4 is 3. And the 1 that I've borrowed from my 10s column moves over into my ones column. So my 5 becomes 15. Now I can figure out my answer. 15 take away 8. You could use a number line to figure that out. You could use your fingers. You could just count back in your head. 15 take away 8 is 7. 3 take away 3 is 0. And 3 in the hundreds column take away 0 is 3. So there we go. And I've got 307 as my answer. So I've got the same answer for all 3 different methods. So I've given you here a variety of different subtraction number sentences for you to practice. Some of them need an exchange, some of them don't need an exchange. Some of them are a bit trickier than others, but give them a go. Once you've finished, your challenge is to show me your answer in a different way. So if you've calculated some of these questions mentally, your challenge is to show me the answer pictorially. Okay, good luck with this year 3, and I look forward to seeing your work on tapestry.